Experiencing nightmares during sleep can inadvertently reinforce negative associations with sleep, fostering feelings of dread and discomfort. This can lead to a vicious cycle of anxiety surrounding bedtime. Another aspect to consider is the language we use to express our fears and worries. Starting sentences with phrases like, "I'm concerned," "I'm afraid," or "I'm worried," may indicate deeper underlying anxiety issues, as noted by licensed clinical psychologist Alicia H. Clark, PSY-D-PLLC. Despite sounding commonplace, frequent use of such fear language might signal unresolved anxiety that often goes unaddressed. Restlessness and an inability to sit still can be subtle indicators of anxiety. This behavior, highlighted by Dr. Clark, may stem from an inner turmoil that makes it challenging to find peace even in moments of stillness. However, it's essential to recognize that restlessness could also be linked to conditions like attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, where tasks requiring prolonged sitting may feel understimulating and unrewarding to the brain. Moreover, excessive apologizing can be a manifestation of anxiety, as pointed out by Dr. Juliana Brines, an assistant professor of psychology. Over-apologizing, even when situations are beyond one's control, may stem from an underlying belief of being at fault or causing inconvenience, often characteristic of anxiety-related thought patterns. Another overlooked sign of anxiety is forgetfulness or overlooking important details. This forgetfulness might stem from being overwhelmed by anxious thoughts, leading to a lack of focus on immediate surroundings and tasks. Consequently, individuals may miss crucial information or overlook significant details, affecting their daily functioning. Understanding these signs and acknowledging their presence is crucial in managing anxiety effectively. Seeking professional help, practicing self-care, and adopting coping strategies tailored to individual needs can significantly alleviate anxiety symptoms and improve overall well-being. Moving on to relationships, generalized anxiety disorder, GAD, can significantly impact personal connections. It often manifests as avoidance or excessive dependence within relationships. Avoidance behavior may involve hesitancy to open up, reluctance to engage in deep conversations, or even avoiding relationships altogether to evade potential emotional distress. This behavior, as explained by Very Well Mind, stems from a desire to shield oneself from negative emotions, leading to perceived emotional detachment and passive-aggressive tendencies. Conversely, excessive dependence on a partner for reassurance and support is another common trait observed in individuals with anxiety. This codependency often stems from an overwhelming need for emotional closeness and validation, which can manifest as clinginess, overthinking, and fear of rejection. Moreover, individuals with anxiety may exhibit controlling behaviors, struggle with decision-making, and display heightened sensitivity to perceived criticism, further straining relationships. Anxiety-driven thoughts and ruminations can fuel a range of irrational fears within relationships, such as doubts about partners' feelings, suspicions of deceit, or irrational fears of abandonment. These intrusive thoughts can lead to impulsive behaviors, heightened emotional reactions, and strained communication patterns, ultimately undermining the stability and trust within relationships. Recognizing the impact of anxiety on relationships is vital in fostering healthier interpersonal dynamics. Encouraging open communication, setting boundaries, and seeking therapy, both individually and as a couple, can facilitate understanding, empathy, and resilience within relationships affected by anxiety. Transitioning to a broader discussion on anxiety and depression, these mental health disorders often coexist, complicating diagnosis and treatment. Anxiety disorders entail disproportionate levels of distress, worry, or fear, while depression is characterized by persistent low mood, feelings of sadness, and loss of interest. Despite distinct manifestations, Both disorders share common symptoms like insomnia, fatigue, and irritability, which can impair daily functioning and quality of life. Anxiety disorders typically revolve around future-oriented apprehension, characterized by excessive fear and worry, which can lead to avoidance behavior and heightened physiological arousal. Conversely, depressive disorders tend to dwell on past negative experiences, resulting in diminished interest, psychomotor retardation, and disrupted sleep patterns. Additionally, both disorders entail cognitive distortions and negative thought patterns that perpetuate feelings of worthlessness, guilt, and hopelessness. Understanding the nuanced differences between anxiety and depression is crucial in guiding appropriate interventions and support strategies. Anxiety-driven thoughts and ruminations can fuel a range of irrational fears within relationships, such as doubts about partners' feelings, suspicions of deceit, or irrational fears of abandonment. These intrusive thoughts can lead to impulsive behaviors, heightened emotional reactions, and strained communication patterns, ultimately undermining the stability and trust within relationships. Recognizing the impact of anxiety on relationships is vital in fostering healthier interpersonal dynamics. Encouraging open communication, setting boundaries, and seeking therapy, both individually and as a couple, can facilitate understanding, empathy, and resilience within relationships affected by anxiety. Transitioning to a broader discussion on anxiety and depression, these mental health disorders often coexist, complicating diagnosis and treatment. Anxiety disorders entail disproportionate levels of distress, worry, or fear, while depression is characterized by persistent low mood, feelings of sadness, and loss of interest. Despite distinct manifestations, both disorders share common symptoms like insomnia, fatigue, and irritability, which can impair daily functioning and quality of life. Anxiety disorders typically revolve around future-oriented apprehension, characterized by excessive fear and worry, which can lead to avoidance behavior and heightened physiological arousal. Conversely, depressive disorders tend to dwell on past negative experiences, resulting in diminished interest, psychomotor retardation, and disrupted sleep patterns. Additionally, both disorders entail cognitive distortions and negative thought patterns that perpetuate feelings of worthlessness, guilt, and hopelessness. Understanding the nuanced differences between anxiety and depression is crucial in guiding appropriate interventions and support strategies. While anxiety may prompt excessive worry and avoidance, depression may lead to pervasive sadness and social withdrawal. By addressing underlying cognitive and emotional processes, individuals can better navigate the complex interplay between anxiety and depression, paving the way for holistic treatment approaches tailored to individual needs. It's essential to recognize the subtle signs of anxiety that often go unnoticed. Physical manifestations such as stomach problems, forgetfulness, and unusual aches and pains can accompany heightened anxiety levels. These symptoms, often attributed to other factors or overlooked entirely, can serve as important indicators of underlying anxiety disorders. Moreover, skin conditions like rashes and excessive sleepiness can also be linked to heightened anxiety levels. Increased cortisol and adrenaline levels, common during periods of anxiety, can exacerbate skin conditions and disrupt sleep patterns, further exacerbating overall distress and discomfort. Additionally, impulsive behaviors and heightened sensitivity to cold temperatures can also signal underlying anxiety issues. Impulsivity, often driven by heightened emotional arousal, can lead to rash decision-making and risk-taking behaviors. Similarly, increased sensitivity to cold temperatures, attributed to circulatory changes during the fight-or-flight response, can manifest as persistent feelings of chilliness, even in warm environments. Recognizing these subtle signs of anxiety is crucial in promoting early intervention and effective management strategies. By acknowledging the multifaceted nature of anxiety symptoms, individuals can seek appropriate support and develop coping mechanisms to alleviate distress and improve overall well-being. Moreover, anxiety can serve as a potent tool for self-reflection and personal growth. Rather than viewing anxiety as a hindrance, individuals can harness its messages to identify areas of stagnation, interpersonal conflicts, or unmet needs. By embracing vulnerability and exploring underlying fears and insecurities, individuals can cultivate resilience and foster meaningful change in their lives. Furthermore, understanding the underlying causes of anxiety and adopting proactive coping strategies can help individuals break free from cycles of stress and uncertainty. By prioritizing self-care, setting healthy boundaries, and seeking professional support when needed, individuals can navigate life's challenges with greater ease and resilience. Anxiety is a complex and multifaceted experience that manifests in various ways, both overt and subtle. By recognizing the diverse manifestations of anxiety and understanding its underlying messages, individuals can embark on a journey of self-discovery and growth. Through self-compassion, resilience, and proactive coping strategies, individuals can navigate life's uncertainties with greater clarity, purpose, and resilience. Anxiety serves a multifaceted role in our lives, sometimes acting as a motivator, a warning system, or a debilitating disorder. Understanding the nuances between normal anxiety, generalized anxiety disorder, GAD, and social anxiety disorder, SAD, is crucial for effectively managing one's mental health. In this comprehensive exploration, we'll delve into the distinctions between these states of anxiety, the symptoms associated with each, and how to recognize when professional help may be needed. Normal anxiety, far from being a foe, is often considered a friend, serving as a built-in survival mechanism. According to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, anxiety is a natural and often necessary emotion triggered by potentially harmful or worrying situations. This instinctual response, known as the fight or flight response, has evolutionary roots designed to prepare humans for imminent danger. However, in modern times, the stressors triggering anxiety have evolved beyond physical threats to encompass various aspects of daily life, such as work, relationships, and health. While experiencing nervousness or worry before significant events is normal, excessive or persistent anxiety may indicate a deeper issue. Generalized anxiety disorder, GAD, represents a significant departure from normal anxiety, characterized by persistent and excessive worry that interferes with daily functioning. Unlike situational anxiety, GAD doesn't require a specific stressor to provoke it. Instead, individuals with GAD may experience constant, unrealistic worry about multiple aspects of life, including health, finances, relationships, and work. This chronic state of anxiety can lead to physical symptoms such as dizziness, sweating, trembling, and gastrointestinal distress, along with psychological symptoms like racing thoughts, difficulty concentrating, and feeling detached from reality. The intensity, duration, and impact on daily life are key factors that distinguish GAD from normal anxiety. Recognizing the symptoms of GAD is essential for seeking appropriate support and treatment. Excessive worry about everyday activities, avoidance of social situations, physical symptoms like sweating and trembling, panic attacks, fear of criticism or rejection, feeling judged or watched, and expecting the worst-case scenario are all indicators of GAD. While experiencing occasional anxiety is normal, persistent and overwhelming anxiety that interferes with daily life may require professional intervention. Social anxiety disorder, SAD, represents a specific subtype of anxiety characterized by a marked and persistent fear of social situations where individuals are exposed to unfamiliar people or scrutiny by others. Unlike GAD, which involves generalized worry across various aspects of life, SAD is focused on social interactions and situations. Individuals with SAD may experience physical symptoms like blushing, sweating, trembling, and panic attacks in social settings. They may also exhibit psychological symptoms such as fear of criticism, avoidance of social activities, and expecting negative outcomes in social situations. The fear of being judged or rejected can significantly impact self-esteem and interpersonal relationships, leading to avoidance behaviors and social isolation. Recognizing the symptoms of SAD is crucial for seeking appropriate support and treatment. Excessive worry about social activities, avoidance of social situations, physical symptoms like blushing and sweating, panic attacks in social settings, fear of criticism or rejection, feeling judged or watched, and expecting negative outcomes in social situations are all indicators of SAD. Seeking help from a mental health professional is essential for managing and overcoming social anxiety disorder. In conclusion, understanding the distinctions between normal anxiety, generalized anxiety disorder, GAD, and social anxiety disorder, SAD, is essential for effectively managing one's mental health. While experiencing occasional anxiety is a natural part of life, persistent and overwhelming anxiety that interferes with daily functioning may indicate a more serious underlying issue. Recognizing the symptoms of GAD and SAD and seeking appropriate support and treatment are critical steps towards achieving mental well-being. If you or someone you know is struggling with anxiety, don't hesitate to reach out to a qualified mental health professional for help and support. Social anxiety disorder, SAD, is a pervasive mental health condition characterized by a persistent and marked fear of social situations where individuals are exposed to unfamiliar people or scrutiny by others. The symptoms of social anxiety can often be subtle, leading individuals to dismiss or overlook their condition, attributing it to other factors such as physical discomfort or lack of sleep. However, it's crucial to recognize and acknowledge the symptoms of social anxiety in order to seek the necessary support and assistance. Before delving into the symptoms of social anxiety disorder, it's important to acknowledge that this information is provided for educational purposes only and is not intended to replace professional diagnosis or treatment. Individuals who suspect they or someone they know may be experiencing social anxiety disorder or any other mental health condition are strongly encouraged to seek guidance from a qualified mental health professional. With that disclaimer in mind, let's explore 7 common symptoms of social anxiety disorder. Worrying about everyday activities. Individuals with social anxiety often experience heightened anxiety when faced with routine tasks that involve interaction with others. This can include activities such as meeting new people, starting conversations, speaking on the phone, going to work, or completing daily errands like grocery shopping. The prospect of engaging in these activities may feel overwhelming and daunting due to the fear of judgment or scrutiny by others. Avoidance and worrying about social activities. Socially anxious individuals may go out of their way to avoid situations or activities that involve interacting with others. Whether it's due to feeling claustrophobic in crowds or fearing judgment from others, individuals with social anxiety may opt to avoid social gatherings, group conversations, or events where they anticipate encountering unfamiliar people. Physical symptoms such as blushing and sweating. Social anxiety disorder can manifest through physical symptoms, including trembling, sweating, blushing, or experiencing heart palpitations in social situations. These physical reactions may be linked to an intense fear of embarrassment or scrutiny by others, contributing to feelings of discomfort and distress. Panic attacks. In severe cases, individuals with social anxiety disorder may experience panic attacks when exposed to social situations. Panic attacks can be characterized by symptoms such as sweating, shaking, difficulty breathing, and a sense of impending doom or dread. These episodes can be distressing and overwhelming, lasting from several minutes to an hour, depending on their severity. Fear of criticism or rejection. Socially anxious individuals may harbor an overwhelming fear of being criticized or rejected by others. This fear can significantly impact their self-esteem and interpersonal relationships, leading to avoidance behaviors, poor eye contact, closed body language, and difficulty engaging with others. Feeling judged and watched. Individuals with social anxiety may constantly feel as though they are being watched or scrutinized by others, whether they be peers, colleagues, or strangers. This heightened sense of self-consciousness can cause individuals to become overly cautious and distant in social settings, making it difficult for them to complete tasks or interact with others comfortably. Expecting the worst-case scenario. Socially anxious individuals may habitually anticipate negative outcomes in social situations, even when reassured by others that their fears are unfounded. This pervasive pattern of negative thinking can exacerbate anxiety and dread, potentially leading to panic attacks or avoidance of social activities altogether. Recognizing these symptoms is the first step towards seeking support and assistance for social anxiety disorder. If you suspect that you, or someone you know, may be struggling with social anxiety, it's important to reach out to a mental health professional for evaluation and guidance. Treatment options for social anxiety disorder may include therapy, medication, and self-help strategies aimed at managing symptoms and improving overall well-being. Social anxiety disorder is a challenging and often debilitating condition that can significantly impact individuals' daily lives. By raising awareness of the symptoms associated with social anxiety, we can better support those who are affected and encourage them to seek the help they need to manage their condition effectively. Remember, you are not alone, and help is available for those who reach out and ask for it. Mental illness affects billions of people worldwide, and according to a survey by NAMI, National Alliance on Mental Illness, 1 out of every 5 adults in the United States alone suffers from mental illness. Among the most prevalent mental illnesses today is anxiety, which affects over 40 million American adults, with diagnoses increasing annually. Do you know someone struggling with anxiety, or are you experiencing it yourself? What are the things people tell you about your anxiety that are unhelpful or even harmful? It's all in your head. While anxiety may originate in the mind, dismissing it as merely a mental construct belittles the genuine pain and fear experienced by those with anxiety. Telling someone to simply calm down invalidates their feelings and fails to address the complex nature of anxiety. You're getting anxious over nothing. Anxiety often arises from seemingly trivial situations, but to the person experiencing it, the distress is real. Dismissing their anxiety as unwarranted only exacerbates their feelings of isolation and misunderstanding. Everything is going to be fine. While well-intentioned, reassurances like this can ring hollow to someone grappling with anxiety. Rather than offering empty platitudes, it's more beneficial to validate their feelings and provide support without minimizing their struggles. Stop acting like that. It's weird. Anxiety can manifest in various behaviors, some of which may seem odd to others. Instead of judgment, offering understanding and acceptance can go a long way in supporting someone with anxiety. Oh, here we go again. Expressing frustration or impatience with someone's anxiety only adds to their burden. Anxiety fluctuates in severity, and while relapses may occur, showing patience and empathy is crucial in supporting their journey. I know exactly how you feel. Empathy is essential, but claiming to fully understand someone else's anxiety when you haven't experienced it firsthand can come across as dismissive. Each person's experience with anxiety is unique, and acknowledging this individuality is vital in offering genuine support. Did I do something wrong? It's essential not to take someone's anxious behavior personally. They may be struggling to cope with their anxiety, and piling insecurities onto them only adds to their distress. Offering reassurance and understanding can help alleviate their burden. Navigating the complexities of anxiety can be challenging, whether in dating or everyday life. Anxiety can lead to obsessive thoughts, self-sabotage, difficulty communicating, and physical symptoms that further exacerbate the struggle. Recognizing the subtle signs of anxiety, such as perfectionism, self-criticism, and indecisiveness, is crucial in seeking help and support. Understanding anxiety as a global epidemic is the first step in addressing its prevalence and impact. By fostering empathy, providing support, and promoting awareness, we can create a more compassionate and inclusive society for those grappling with anxiety. You know that feeling when your stomach drops as you ride a roller coaster, just about to plunge over the edge? Or that sensation of your heart pounding loudly against your ribs, almost audible? That's what anxiety feels like, and it's a struggle faced by countless people worldwide, often persisting throughout their lives. According to a recent survey by the National Institute of Mental Health, anxiety ranks as the most common mental illness, with over 40 billion adults in the U.S. alone diagnosed each year. The American Psychological Association defines anxiety as a future-oriented concern that may prompt individuals to avoid situations that trigger or exacerbate their distress. Often dubbed the common cold of psychology alongside depression, anxiety stands as one of the most prevalent and widespread mental health concerns in modern times. Anxiety, to say the least, is an uncomfortable feeling, yet we must not allow it to commandeer our minds, for it has the potential to seize control over our thoughts, attitudes, and behaviors. An essential initial step in overcoming anxiety involves recognizing and understanding its origins. So, if you've been struggling to decipher its source, here are 6 common causes of anxiety. Overthinking, also known as rumination in psychological terms, overthinking entails magnifying every aspect of life to the point where even the most mundane experiences and interactions appear negative. Delving too deeply into every nuance, from slight changes in someone's tone to subtle facial expressions, can drive one to madness. Dwelling on insignificant details and relentlessly replaying past mistakes in one's mind can breed worry and distort reality into something far bleaker than it truly is. Overachieving. While the elation of excelling at a task can be euphoric, the anxiety it generates in the long run may not be worth the cost. Overworking oneself and constantly experiencing stress make individuals more vulnerable to anxiety and depression. Setting unattainably high goals ultimately leads to disappointment and a perpetual cycle of striving without fulfillment. The relentless pursuit of productivity may leave one feeling guilty for any moment spent not working towards a goal, fostering a perpetual state of discontentment. Low self-esteem. In an age where social validation often comes at the expense of privacy, the pressure to maintain a flawless image in the public eye can be overwhelming. Many individuals equate their self-worth with their social media presence, leading to a relentless pursuit of acceptance and approval. Insecurity, a ubiquitous struggle, can rob one of happiness, energy, and peace of mind. Allowing the fear of judgment to dictate one's life stifles personal growth and prevents the attainment of genuine contentment. Pessimistic thinking. Similar to overthinking, pessimistic thinking ensnares many anxiety sufferers in a cycle of perpetual worry. Constantly anticipating the worst possible outcomes in any situation fosters a negative mindset that undermines one's ability to find peace. Every minor inconvenience becomes a catalyst for anxiety and depression, trapping individuals in a spiral of negative thoughts and emotions. Traumatic events. Past negative experiences play a significant role in shaping fears and anxieties. Our innate drive for self-preservation compels us to avoid anything that has previously caused distress or anxiety. Traumatic events imprint lasting impressions on our minds, teaching us what to fear and be wary of, regardless of rationality. Lingering trauma or unresolved issues can manifest as seemingly inexplicable anxiety, serving as a reminder of past pain and vulnerability. New experiences. Stepping out of one's comfort zone and embracing new challenges can evoke feelings of anxiety, albeit of a positive nature. The nervous excitement accompanying change signifies growth and bravery, even in the face of uncertainty. While change may be intimidating, particularly when sudden or stressful, it remains a constant in life's journey toward personal development. In conclusion, anxiety manifests in various forms and stems from a multitude of causes, each unique to the individual experiencing it. Recognizing the underlying factors contributing to anxiety is crucial in developing effective coping mechanisms and seeking appropriate support. By acknowledging and understanding the sources of anxiety, individuals can embark on a journey towards healing and reclaiming control over their mental well-being.